Hi everyone. So continuing with our chapter of elements, compounds and mixtures. Okay, in the last video we finished talking about molecules and compounds. So in this video we'll be talking about mixtures. Okay, now what are mixtures? Mixtures are a combination of two or more elements, but here the ratio is not fixed. So it can be mixed in any ratio. And because they are mixed in any ratio, they don't chemically combine, and because they do not chemically combine, they retain their properties. Okay, so let's understand the definition of a mixture. Mixture would be when it could be a mix of two or more elements or even compounds, right? So two or more elements combine in any proportion, okay, in any ratio or any proportion. So over here it could be a combination of two elements, element or a compound, and compound and a compound. So we'll be doing all the examples of that, okay? And because they are combined, not chemically combined, they retain their properties. So that's another important point. They retain their original properties or retain their own properties. Okay, now as I said, it could be either a compound, it could be either an element. So let's quickly see what are the types of mixtures. The first type of mixture that we will be studying is, which comes under the category of element and element. Okay, so two elements are combining, so that's the first type of mixture. And element and an element. Okay, so element and element, so basically if I take any alloy, okay, so alloy would be mixed of two metals together. Metals are monoatomic elements or monoatomic molecules that we very well know of. So I can say copper and zinc. Okay, so your two elements have combined, and these two elements have formed a mixture which is forming brass, and that's an alloy. So alloy is a type of a mixture in which two elements combine, two or more elements can combine. So possibly if I talk about bronze, so bronze would be copper, zinc and tin. Okay, so I'm just giving you examples. So brass is made up of copper and zinc. So it could be two or more elements. So this is one example wherein, so they might ask you name the following. They'll ask you give an example or name a mixture which is made up of two elements. So you can write down brass, that is copper and zinc, right? Okay, let's see the second one, in which we have a combination of compound plus compound. So if two compounds are mixing together, what will be the example? So I say, we've studied in the last video, we spoke about salt and water. Okay, so I told you NaCl and water. So we say salt, that is NaCl, and water, that is H2O. Now both of them are combined, both of them are compounds, because NaCl and Na and Cl are combined in a fixed ratio. Water, H2O, that is also combined in a fixed ratio. So I'm taking two compounds, now I'm mixing it, okay, but that is not in a fixed ratio, so that will be giving me salt solution. So I can say any solution, okay, so even if I say sugar in water, that is also applicable in this, that is compound plus compound. Let's see the third example. We are taking the third example, that is element plus compound. Okay, so this is elements plus compound. What example I'm giving you? That is, it is a mixture of carbon, sulfur and potassium nitrate. That is all three of them. Okay, we'll quickly write the formulas also. Carbon has a symbol C. Okay, C, sulfur has a symbol S, and potassium nitrate has a symbol K, formula KNO3. So carbon plus sulfur will be giving you carbon plus sulfur plus potassium nitrate together gives you gunpowder. Okay, this is a very common example what they ask in school. So they ask you what is gunpowder made up of, or gunpowder is a mixture of dash, dash and dash. So you say carbon, sulfur and potassium nitrate, that is KNO3. Okay, so I'm sure you've understood mixture. In mixture we learn three types, that is element, compound, and element, compound. Okay, so these were just the types which were based on the definition. Now broadly we can classify mixtures into two types. Okay, so mixtures can be classified as homogeneous and heterogeneous. Okay, so we have homogeneous mixtures. Oops, sorry. Okay, so that's salt solution. Right, so we have homogeneous mixtures and we have heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, so this is the broad or the main two types of mixtures. Okay, now what are homogeneous mixtures and what are heterogeneous mixtures? So as I said earlier, homogeneous mixtures in which the constituents are uniformly mixed. So that would be homogeneous. We have learned this word when we were talking about a compound. So the constituents are uniformly mixed, right? Whereas in heterogeneous, not uniformly mixed. So you can see layers, or you can see both the substances which are mixed can be seen very easily or distinctly. Okay. Now when we'll be talking about homogeneous mixtures, we'll be also studying homogeneous mixtures as different types. That is, basically what we'll do is we'll study okay, before we study, there is one more property that you need to know about homogeneous mixture, is that their properties and compositions will remain same throughout. Okay, so properties and composition remains same throughout because it is a homogeneous mixture. Okay, here, but always it will not remain the same. Okay, so we say properties and composition vary. Okay, so with that you will understand. Now in exam they also ask you different types of homogeneous mixtures. So now these different types of homogeneous mixtures depend upon the state of the two constituents or the elements or compounds which have combined. Okay, so let's see the first one. The first one I talk about, the first one is solid homogeneous mixture. Means I have taken two solids which have uniformly mixed in it. Okay, and that kind of mixture will be called as a homogeneous mixture. Now for this you can also give the same example, that is brass, or you can give any alloy. Okay, so I say alloys. Okay, I can use brass, I can say bronze. Okay, any alloy can be stated, that is brass, bronze. Okay, and if you are stating down, okay, so any alloy you write down. So I say alloys. When I am stating example, if I am stating the example of brass, I say it is copper and zinc, right? Okay, you can also say bronze. So this is for brass. You can also use the word bronze. Stainless steel. Okay, so the list is endless. Okay, so this is solid mixture that is uniformly mixed. Okay, so now if you must be wondering how alloys are made, metals are taken, they are heated at a high temperature, they liquidify, they melt. Okay, so then that is when they mix uniformly, they form a homogeneous mixture, and then that is cooled and it's poured in molds and it is cooled. and that's how it gets shape. Okay, and that is why you don't distinctly see copper and zinc separately. Okay, now that is an example of a solid-solid homogeneous mixture. Now if I'm talking about a solid-solid heterogeneous mixture, means this is just randomly mixed. Okay, so I can say sand and salt. Okay, or else a mixture of colored beads, right? So sand and salt, I'm giving you this example. Or okay, or else you can also say iron and sulfur. Okay, perfect. Now the second one we are going to do is, the second one in this category is solid liquid mixture. So now I'm taking an example. You can think of an example in which a solid is stirred in the liquid and it disappears in the liquid. Okay, so I can say n number of examples over here: salt in water, sugar in milk. Okay, but make sure that you are adding a solid in a liquid. Okay, do not get confused with that. So all of that dissolves, so that is why they form a homogeneous mixture. Okay, so we try thinking of an heterogeneous mixture, means a solid which does not dissolve in a liquid. Okay, so solid which does not dissolve in a liquid, so I say sand in water, right? Okay, so I'm sure it is quite easy. In water, or else you say sand plus water. Perfect. Okay, so I'm sure you are understanding, it's quite easy. Okay, coming down to the next category, that is liquid and liquid. So two liquids that mix together. Okay, two liquids that mix together. Okay, alcohol mixes in water, so that can be given as an example. But remember, oil does not mix in water, so you know which comes in which category. When alcohol mixes in water, or maybe like any syrup mixes with milk. Okay, rose syrup mixes with milk. Okay, ink mixes with water. So all of that can be a homogeneous mixture. So for a liquid in liquid, I can say alcohol in water, alcohol plus water, or ink plus water. Okay, right? Then when we talk about any two liquids which do not mix, so they form a heterogeneous mixture. So that would be if I say oil in water. So oil will be floating on top. So I say oil and water, that's a heterogeneous mixture. Right? Okay, so I'm sure you are understanding. We are left with the last option, that is gases. So a mixture of two gases. Air is a homogeneous mixture of gases, so we write down air. Perfect? Okay. There is no heterogeneous mixture category which we talk about in this, so here no example. Right? Okay. So I'm sure you've understood. We did the definition. We did the types of the mixtures based on the definition, right? Element, element, compound, compound, element and compound. Then we did the broad categories of homogeneous and heterogeneous. That is these were the two types of mixtures. Okay, we are left with the last thing, that is the properties of mixtures. Okay, so let's quickly see the properties of mixtures. So we have the properties of mixtures. Okay, so in properties of mixtures, the mixtures can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Okay, so we know this. It can be homogeneous mixture or a heterogeneous mixture. So homogeneous or heterogeneous. Right? Okay, here we understand that it is mixed in any proportion. Okay, so they do not have any fixed proportion, so they are mixed in any proportion. Right? Okay, so maybe like an example of bale. So in that, all of it is mixed in any ratio. Right? Somebody might want a tikha bale, so more of tikha chutney. Somebody might want a meetha bale, so more of meetha chutney. So that is a mixture. Right? Okay. Now over here the elements. Okay, now see a very simple example. I am trying to compare this with compound. Okay, if I am talking about iron and sulfur, okay, so if we are combining iron and sulfur in a fixed ratio, it forms iron sulfide, which is a compound. Okay, now see, iron gets attracted to the magnet and sulfur dissolves in carbon disulfide. Okay, but when I take iron and sulfur and I chemically combine it, it forms iron sulfide, a chemical compound. Now what will happen is, if I run a magnet on top of it, nothing will happen. If I try dissolving it in carbon disulfide, nothing happens. Why? Because it's chemically combined, it's form a compound and it does not retain its properties. Okay. Whereas what I do is, I take iron and I take sulfur and I just mix it. Okay. So I have mixture of iron filings, that is small iron particles, and sulfur powder just mixed together. Now when I just take this powder and I've just mixed it, means it is a mixture, right? And it is just mixed randomly in any ratio. And what will happen is, I say the properties, the original properties will be retained. Means what? If I run a magnet on top of it, what will happen is iron filings get attracted. And if I take that mixture of iron and sulfur and I add carbon disulfide, the sulfur part will dissolve. Means it is the constituent elements are retaining their properties. Okay. So what do we say? They retain their original or retain their own properties. And separation can be done by physical means. Now see, when I gave you the example of iron and sulfur, I wanted to separate the iron and sulfur. Okay, I wanted to separate iron and sulfur from the iron sulfur mixture. So what did I do? I used a magnet. Okay, so that is called as physical means. I didn't carry out a chemical reaction. Okay, so there was no chemical change in that. That is why we say it can be separated by physical means. Okay, so I'm sure you've understood the part mixtures, right? So we did the types, we did the distinguish between homogeneous and heterogeneous, and we also studied the properties. Okay, so in your textbook also we have finished till page number 22. So we've done 3 videos. Okay, so in that we had started with element, then we did elements and compounds. Then we did molecules and we did in the first video we spoke about elements, then we did molecules and compounds, and in this video we finished with mixtures. Okay, so now the next video will be on the methods of separation. Okay, so that we'll be doing. Okay, so that's a little new topic for you. Okay, so make sure you read thoroughly, and we're almost through with half of the chapter. Okay, so make sure you make a note of this, right? You find all of this in the textbook, so if you want, you can just make additional notes. Okay, and gunpowder being important. Okay, so read well. Yes, so till we meet again, thank you everybody.